Hi. In this video we'll be going over finding positions of substrings. So we'll be continuing the C# tutorials. So we'll be starting with finding positions of substrings, and then we'll be continuing with other string methods and structures and enumerations. So sometimes you need to know the position of a substring. You can use the index of methods. So it returns the integer position of the substring's first occurrence and returns -1 if not found. So we can just do some examples here. So finding the position, finding the position of substrings. The first one, for example, is string var, or for example, we can just say str.indexOf. It's the same method in Java, so in indexOf, and here we'll pass substring. The next one is, for example, it's overloaded, so there's 3 overloaded versions of this method. So for example, str.indexOf. And here we can pass in a substring and start. And for the third method here, or the overloaded version. So here we can say, for example, str.indexOf. We could pass in a substring start and count. So it takes a substring, a start, I believe it's a start index, and a count of indexes. So start is an integer indicating the starting positions for searching. So this is basically finding the position of substrings or searching a string basically. So str.indexOf, we're passing in substring. So start isn't, so we talked about that. Count is an integer specifying the number of character positions to examine. So count, you could say that you want to check, for example, 3 indexes, or you could check 4 indexes starting at 0, I guess. So it can also find characters. It returns the integer position of the character's first occurrence. So that means if there's 2, for example, 2 L's in a string, if there's 2 characters, 2 L characters in a string, it's going to search the string for the first. So once it hits the first L character, then the second one won't be searched for. If you want to search for the next L, you probably have to call the method again. Or you could have a loop and count how many times you want to check if an L is in the string. So we can also find characters. It returns the integer position of the character's first occurrence and returns -1 if not found. For example, we can have here str, str.indexOf, that we can pass in a ch here. So notice up here we passed in a substring. But this time we're passing a character here. So then here we could say, for example, the same thing. So indexOf, and we can overload it by passing different parameters. So here we can say we want to search for the first character, and second is the starting index. The third overloaded version is we're passing in C, so a character here, a start index, and a count as well. So we can just do a few examples here. So for example, we can say that we have a string str and point it to, for example, chocolate ice cream. So string str points to chocolate ice cream. We're going to end the string here. Then here we can say int position points to str.index of ice. So this is one way to check a string. So we're saying, okay, we want to check the index of ice if position. So if position does not equal to, actually we can try this one. We can try this one in the code here. So let's just say, okay, so I'll just finish this. Actually, we could just do that up here. So we'll just move that up here and just try to run it and see what happens. So for example, we can have a field here. We can say that we have a string str points to the same thing, chocolate ice cream. So we have a string here, and then we want to say that we want to declare, well, actually we want to initialize an int position variable and point it to str.index of. Actually, we could try it here. Str. No, it's not going to work there. So we'll do that in the constructor, so we'll just move that down. I don't think it likes pointing variables to each other in fields. So I think it just wants one initialization and doesn't want another one. So then down here we can just, in the constructor we can try that, so we can say that we have, well here we can say that we have, for example, int position. And then here we could say that we want to take position and point it to str.index of. We want to check for ice. And here we can say if position does not equal 1, then we want to show a message box. We want to show position.toString, not as a string, so we want to show position.toString. So what's happening here is that we have two fields here, a string and an empty position which points to 0 because it's just declared. And then here we're pointing that position to the str.index of ice. So it should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's going to be between 10 and 12, I think. And it's going to say, so position now points to between 10 and 12. I'm not sure which one is going to return, either the start index, the end index, or all of them. So then here, then we're saying if position does not equal to -1, then show the position. If it did equal to -1, that would mean that ice wasn't found in the string. So I can just run this and tell you guys what the answer is. It's just loading here, sorry. Should just be a sec. I think first, when you first run an app that you make, it takes has to set up some stuff or something. Okay, so it said 10, so 10 would be the starting index of where the substring was first found at. So once again we have, so here C is starting at 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the end of I, which is the start of the substring, starts at 10, so it's not here. It's kind of tricky, but it's saying the first letter of the substring is found at index 10. Whoops. So here we're saying that the first letter of the substring was found at index 10, or subscript 10. So for example here we can also check So here we can say that we have a string called cocoa beans. So in position point. Okay, so we have a private in position. Then here in the constructor, we're going to say position points to. So we're going to change this line here. So position points to str.index of. You want to check for the string or the substring CO at index 2. So if position does not equal -1, message box dot show position dot toString. So it's the same thing for the rest. Oh, what's wrong with that? So position, okay, position points to. I think something's still running here, so I'll just save that and run that again. Okay, so it showed the value 2. It showed the value 2, so we have 0, 1, 2. Okay, so it showed us a value of 2. You can always check the definition. Some of the overloaded versions might be kind of confusing. Just depends what you're looking for. You can always check the docs. So if you want to do something, you can, for example, you want to do a string method, then you can check the string methods and see which method would work the best to work with a string. So we did go over this one. It's just showing us that the value CO is at index 2, so I guess that you return 2 to tell us that it was found at 2. So some of them return true, some of them probably return booleans, some of them just return numbers, and that's about it. Some of them may return a string or something as well. Okay, so we can have another example here. So we can say private string str points to for example, we can say that we have xx space 00 space xs space 00 space xx. Okay, so we have, for example, in position, the private in position, and then here we're saying that position points to str.index of, and instead of passing 2 parameters, we'll pass 3. So here we'll just take this stuff out. So we'll say here that we're going to pass the substring xx. Second parameter is going to be 3. I think that's the start index. And the second one is going to be the count, I think. Start index is 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and then I think from there we're going to count 8 indexes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's checking for an x and x between there. So once again we're looking for the substring x, so 2 x's or double x, and then here we're starting at index 3, so remember the first index in a string is 0, so 0, 1, 2 white space counts as an index. 0, 1, 2, 3, we're starting here, and from there I believe we're counting 8 spaces up, or 8 indexes, so I think it starts at 1 if you're using a count versus the start of a string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to search between there and there or something. 0, 1, 2, 3. So between here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's what's happening, so I'll just run it and tell you guys the answer here. Whoops. Okay, so it's telling us 6. I think it's telling it I think it's showing us the integer 6. So once again, we're looking for the substring. Whoops, sorry, I think I accidentally ran this a few times. Okay, so here we go. So we're looking for example, 6. Well, that's the answer. So here we have, we're starting at, so we're looking for double X. Start index is 0, 1, 2, 3. So here, and we're counting 8 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Answer is 6. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so basically it just told us that double X was found. So I think it starts back from 0. It doesn't start. So when it starts counting the string, this one's a little tricky. It doesn't start counting at index 3, so 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't start here. It would tell you that it's in between 3 and 8 added index from here. Index is added from here. But it actually starts counting here from the start. So if it finds a double X here in the first two indexes 0 and 1, it would return false because it wouldn't be between 3 and 8 added indexes from index 3. It was kind of tricky. You might want to practice that one. I think there's some more example codes here. So we have, for example, so we can go back to the chocolate ice cream here. So we have, for example, chocolate ice cream. So private string str points to chocolate ice cream and then semicolon at the end. So here, for example, private in position, and then so we're just declaring the position there in the constructor here. We're going to change this here. So we're going to say that position points to str.index of. We're looking for lowercase o. So here we're going to pass a character, so I'm just going to use single quotes there. So we're looking for the character o. So in position points str dot index of o. So it's going to tell us the position. Sorry, it's going to tell us the index of the letter. So the character or the letter o. If position does not equal to -1, message box.show position.toString. So it's going to tell us the index. So the answer should be. So remember, if there's more than one o, so in this case there is. It's going to tell us the first one, I believe. So 0, 1, 2, I think the answer. Yeah, so it should be 2. I'll just run it and see and tell you guys what the answer is. Okay, so the answer was 2. You may have to loop it to check. I don't think another call of the same thing that we just did to check the next one would work. You'd probably have to loop it and then count for how many you're looking for. So we can do another example here. For example, we can still use chocolate ice cream. So we have the string chocolate ice cream, and then here we're saying position points to str.index of. We're looking for the character O, lowercase o, at index 3. I believe it's starting at the index 3, okay. So here we have so 0, 1, 2, 3. So I think it would tell us that the answer is 4. We could just check that. Not 100% sure, let's just check what the answer is. Yeah, so the answer is 4. The reason is because it's only starting the search at index 3. So it starts the search at index 3. So therefore anything before index 3 is irrelevant, it just skips over that. So therefore, but it starts counting at index 0 as before for the other tricky one. The other tricky one that we went over. Okay, so there's one more of these. So we have, for example, chocolate ice cream again. So private in position, and then here, for example, we have, okay, so same thing, we have the same thing here, position points to, then okay, we're just going to change this part here. str.index of, and then we'll change the parameters. So we'll just take those out. Here we'll say that we're looking for the character, not 3, we're looking for the character E. I believe we're starting at the index 10, and we're counting 4 from there. This one's a tricky one. I think this one, the ones with the 3 parameters are kind of tricky. So we can just see what the answer is. So we have, for example, we're looking for the letter E starting at index 10, and we're only going to count 4 spaces from there, I think. So we're starting at the letter index E, 0, 1, the first one that's found from index 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we're starting at index 10, so 9, 10, and we're counting 4 from there. 1, 2. So I think it's this one right there, the second one. So the answer might be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see if the answer is 12. Yeah, so the answer was 12, so that's just that's how to do those ones with the 3 parameters. You just have to start at index. So remember, it's the first occurrence of the character or string. In this case, it's E, but we're starting at index 10. So 0, we're going to count first. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're starting here, and we're adding 4 indexes from here to the right. So we're going to search between 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're only searching between the C, the E, the white space, and the C, I believe. And it told us that the answer was index 12, so it was this one right there. The second D right there. Oops, sorry, I just hit the mic by accident. Apologize about that, if you heard that. Okay, so we'll probably just end this one there. This one may need a few more parts. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys like the video, you can like and subscribe to support the channel for more programming and investing tutorials. In the next video, we'll be finding position of substrings backwards, so it's going to be similar to this. And we'll do some more examples. And then we'll look at pretty much, there's a few things to look at here. Let's just see how much more string stuff we have. Okay, so a little bit more, and then we'll have structures and enumerations. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.